Hey everybody, it's Beast. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Scottyallenday. What department store sold similar products that Temu and Wish sold? Did that store sell all cheap junk like these websites do? What other items did this store sell? And was this store popular in the 80s? And when am I going to do a Temu haul? So I'm looking at my notes right here, so I'm going to talk a little bit about, well, the store. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what was in the store and why I feel that Temu and Wish is almost exactly identical to this store. And this store happens to be Kmart. Kmart was just about everywhere around the entire United States. Kmart and Family Dollar as well. Now, both of these two stores sold all kinds of cheap junk. They sold some pretty good items that would last for a little while. While Sears would sell Levi's, Walmart would sell Wranglers, and Kmart would sell Rustler. And while all the department stores sold, Fruit of the Loom and Hanes, and I mean, their underwear and socks were at least decent. The t-shirts fell apart all the time. The jackets fell apart all the time. The shoes were always off-brand. They were an earlier version of Champions. Champions, in the beginning, was cheap junk. You could walk down the street and the bottom of the heel would come flopping off, going flop, 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 flop. And, well, that's why you see some of the movies and some of the videos of people taking a piece of duct tape, going around the heel, going around the toe. So, looking at everything that Temu has and everything that Wish has, and some of the stuff that I received, well, okay, I've done a lot of sticker reviews. Kmart usually had 2 aisles of nothing but stickers. When it came to cheap toys and cheap junk, they had maybe 6 to 7 aisles of this stuff. When it came to very cheap and poorly made electronics, sporting goods, home and garden, well, Kmart was the king of it. They sold it cheap, and, well, that's where people went. I would say Kmart was the most popular because of the fact that they had the largest stereo selection. You couldn't get it at Walmart. You couldn't get it at Sears. You could go to Circuit City, but Kmart had the best car stereos around. You can go in, you can get a good buy on it, you can take it home, you can assemble it, or you can even just have it assembled at the store. I have bought several dozen car stereos from Kmart. They installed just fine and they worked until I got rid of the car. Kmart was good. I don't really cared for the batteries. The batteries never lasted that long. I've always bought my batteries from Sears, the die-hard batteries, or I would buy it from Home Depot. But Home Depot didn't come up until about the mid-90s, and I still buy my batteries from Home Depot because they are good quality batteries and they last for a while. Now, going back into similar products of Temu and Kmart, is some stuff that Kmart had was top quality. You can get good CDs from there. They were almost the first to release new music. Unless you live close to a Tower Records, unless you lived close to a super mall where you can go to a Sam Goody Musicland store to go and get the newest release. Most people would line up at Kmart to go in. Another popular item that came out of Kmart was books. If the newest super romance novel came out, if the newest Hemmings Motor News, Hemmings, I think it's Haynes car repair manuals instantly Kmart. Kmart did have Craftsman tools, same as Sears, lifetime guarantee, and a lot of people bought them at Kmart. Kmart had the off-brand, and they had Craftsman, but a lot of people just went and bought Craftsman because, well, if they broke a socket, they could return it and get a new socket. They had solder furniture, not really very many pieces assembled. You had to look at the box. If you wanted the box, you buy the box. But Kmart had a lot of good quality junk, but they had a lot of really poor quality junk. If you went in there during the holidays, and let's say like Easter, and you wanted to get an Easter basket, okay, buy an Easter basket. And give it to your kid in 24 hours, the whole thing, even the basket would fall apart. But how did Kmart make money on this? These people wanted cheap junk. If I wanted to buy a tent to go camping with the Boy Scouts, Kmart was the place to go. You can buy stuff that was affordable, and some stuff would last for quite a while. Kmart would stand behind some products, like fishing gear, camping gear, and people would buy it. And that's what they made their money on. They didn't make their money on the cheap toys. They didn't make their money on the stickers. They made the money on the jewelry. We always bought our watches. I always had a Timex Inglow watch when I grew up. I went and bought one now that doesn't fit my wrist. But I got it on my desk just because it reminds me of the days that I was younger. The days that I was a roadie, I had that watch. All the way up until about, I would say about 2010, I wore that type of watch. So the thing is get what you wish for. If you just spend money on junk, just try and go as cheap as you can, that stuff is more than likely going to fall apart. But a lot of us that grew up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, not so much 90s, all know about Kmart. And when we look at Temu and we look at Wish, we know what to expect. There's all of this stuff that we're getting now from Wish. It comes from China. And because it's coming from China, we got the same junk from Kmart from China. The same little rubber things that people are putting on their shoes were not made for shoes. They were just regular erasers. We used those for erasers in school. They just repurposed them. They had fidget spinners when we were in school. Kmart had a lot of them. But they did away with them, and, well, they went back to China, and China started up the fad again. I mean, it was basically, if you wanted to get a cheap skateboard that would fall apart, that's where you go. If you wanted to get a bicycle that you're not so cool, that you'll never be cool ever in your life riding, you'll get from Kmart. However, some of those bikes that you bought from Kmart, today, they're worth a couple thousand. The quality was high. It wasn't cheap junk. It was top quality. And a lot of things that were in the 80s, that were bought in the 80s, was quality stuff. If it was manufactured in the United States. When they started farming it out, people started taking shortcuts. So, let's see if I got just about everything that I got on here. What other items? And am I going to do it at Temu haul? Well, let's talk about that Temu haul. So I picked up about 10 to 15 items. I'm going to look and see if I can pick up about 3 or 4 more, and then I'm going to do a nice Temu haul. Yes, of course, there's more stickers in there. I'm having some fun with the stickers because, you know, a lot of it's bringing back memories. I got one that's coming up that's going to be a hot rod gasser one. A lot of these I've seen on toolboxes. This is like toolbox stickers. So, am I going to do a Temu haul? Yep, I got quite a few things that are in there. I kind of mixed it up a little bit, gave it a little bit of a mixed bag. I tried to do a mystery box, but they didn't have any. I guess the internet's bought them all up so they'd be able to do them on TikTok. So, anyways, I have an exciting announcement that I'm going to make on next Wednesday. I'm working on it right now, but I can't make the announcement now because it's top secret. And if you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video, you'll find out what that big surprise of announcement is. It may be a surprise to you, but it's a lot of work for me. Again, hit that subscribe button. If you have an idea of what you want me to do a product review on, please drop it in the comment section below. I'll be glad to see it. I'll probably end up doing it. If I end up doing it, I'll try and give you credit for making the suggestion. And until next time, keep on rocking.